So, speaking of raccoons, if you got a raccoon stick in your tomato or your chili with our last handout, take a picture of it and post it to the website or email us and let us know, and we'll give you 2 extra raffle tickets. Congratulations! So, I don't know if some of you noticed, but the tomato plants that we handed out, they're having some yellowing on the leaves. And the chili peppers are doing great, but it could have to do with the soil. Different soils have different amount of nutrients, and some have more magnesium or phosphorus. Some are more acidic, less acidic. So this particular soil I put the tomatoes in, they just might not like it. So if your tomato's not doing well, I would put it in the ground pronto. Also, some people mentioned that their beans weren't doing so well. We have some dying leaves and some yellowing here. Again, this could be because it doesn't like the soil. If you're able to put it in the ground, I would, so it can climb.
Hi everyone. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about sun and shade on your plants. One thing with your more delicate leaf plants like your bean plant is they don't do great in direct sun. So you want to create like a shade structure for them. As you can see, they're kind of burnt on the crisped on the edges, so they're not very happy. It's pretty easy to create your own do-it-yourself bed. All we did is got some PVC pipe. This was a straight pipe that we just set this into our bed and kind of push it in the ground like so, and get a few stakes, which I did right here, and take some string and all you want to do is tie the hoop to your stakes like so, and then we're going to throw a sheet over it.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about composting and adding some nutrients to the soil for your plants. So here we have an old banana. And what we're going to do is take the peel and chop it up and put it around our plants. And what this will do, it will add magnesium, phosphorus, and nitrogen, as well as potassium to our plants. With the old banana, you can either eat this or put it in your compost for later. So here I'm just going to chop this banana peel up. It's best to put it in a blender and really get it ground up fine, maybe with some water, but we don't have a blender in the greenhouse, so we're just going to chop it up. The reason why you want to chop it up, because if you put whole peels in there, it'll attract animals like raccoons, rodents, squirrels, other unwanted pests. So that's pretty good. So now we're going to take this and add it to the banana, and I'm just going to add it to the base of this plant to give it some nutrients. So here, you just spread it around and then rake it in a little bit. You want to bury it again so rodents don't get it. And then, as always, it's good to give this a little water and let it leach those nutrients right into your plant. Another way to amend your garden is by adding eggshells. And again, this is something you can put in your compost and add the compost to your soil, or you can take eggshells directly and add them straight to the top of your soil. So I have 3 eggshells here, and I'm just going to dump them in our bean plant. And you can leave them just like this, or you can bust them up. The more you break them up, the more they'll release calcium and feed your plant. They don't have to be totally crushed, just enough to leach out into the soil. So some of you may have realized that the sticks we gave you are not quite tall enough for your bean to keep growing up, and as they are climbers, they're going to want to keep wanting to climb. So what I did here is I just tied a string at the end of the stick roughly, and you can see the bean is going to continue to grow up this string. They like to grow upwards because they're a vine, so it's best to have a string or a very tall stake so your beans can grow up to the sky for Jack and the Beanstalk.